What is up, guys? Welcome back to another debate series episode from EI Entertainment Studios. Okay, so today's debate is going to be based Shin Godzilla and Shin Anguirus. Yes, you heard me correctly, not Anguirus, but Shin Anguirus. So this is a debate that we're going to see if, let's say, if Shin Anguirus was able to coexist with Shin Godzilla in any, let's say, future movies, how would the fight turn out? How would it be? How would it come out? And who would be the winner? Okay, so let's get started. First, what I want to do is, since we don't have a backbone for this, I'm going to use the same concept that I did with Shin Biolante. Let's use a backbone. We'll use Godzilla Final Wars as our most recent movie featuring Anguirus as a backbone to help us throughout the film or the debate of Shin Godzilla and Shin Anguirus. So as you can see, Anguirus' total length was 160 meters and his body height from the ground to the head was 40 meters. Okay. Now, putting that into perspective, he himself, I would say he's not the most, I want to say strongest character in Final Wars. We could definitely agree with that. He is definitely strong, but not the strongest. So I would say if he were to compete with King Ghidorah, he would not come out as top. King Ghidorah being, or Monster X being the top monster of all for strength-wise. Biolante somewhere around there as well with Destroya, but King Ghidorah is the top. I would put this guy in the lower top 10s. Now, what if we were able to convert this kaiju, as it says Anguirus the Ferocious Dragon, to Shin Anguirus, the super ferocious dragon, making him stronger, bigger, and able to compete with Shin Godzilla? Now, I've come up with some scenarios, as I did with Shin Biolante, to see what would come out. Now, we know Shin Godzilla. Let's give out the main strong points of Shin Godzilla. Knowing Shin Godzilla has a protective shield, not like Earth. It's not exactly like Godzilla Earth, but his lasers. His lasers come up from every side of his body. It comes from the sides, the back. Well, what I mean from the back, it does go kind of sideways too. So we could say from the sides, the back, the tail also, the head, and he has very, very thick skin. Now, not saying that he has regeneration ability, he can heal himself like 1, 2, 3. And he can evolve. He's the most evolved and advanced creature on Earth. Now, saying that putting Shin in the name of Anguirus is not going to make him less stronger, but make him even more stronger. Now, we're going to see why Shin Godzilla or why Shin Anguirus is going to win. We're going to see. We'll make the decision at the end. Now, let me give you one scenario. For the most part, I'm sorry about that. For the most part, Shin Godzilla is not a creature you should fight close combat with, as you've actually seen yourself with your own eyes in the movie. And if you've watched the last debate with Shin Biolante, you all know that Shin Godzilla can pretty much beam out very, very powerful lasers from almost any type of his body. So if another monster were to, fall on him, get on him, the back tail, swing it, boom. Opposite, boom, all the lasers come out. But I want to give, since you could say this is kind of my monster, since I'm adding the Shin to the name, one big power I would give Anguirus would be lasers from his back as well, because that would make sense. Right now, as you know, Anguirus has a powerful wind roar, whatever it is. I don't know what do you call it, but that would make the most sense because he has spines like Shin Godzilla, and that would be the Shin. What would make the difference of like a regular Anguirus and a Shin Anguirus would be putting these lasers on top of him, right? Now, that really makes it difficult for these two characters to battle. Now, if it were to be far combat, Shin Godzilla, I want to say, would take the cake here. Because this is one thing that no other monster to this date has, which is that big fire. He has this big smoke of fire that blows out before he starts to do his lasers. So it's a walk in the park for Shin Godzilla. If Anguirus is far away from Shin, he could just be blasting at him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But we do know Anguirus is actually very quick on his feet. He's a four-legged creature, so he runs fast, meaning he's not going to do far combat. He's going to do close combat. He can actually go underground. Oh my god, please tell me I'm not mixing with Baragon. He can go underground. Yes, he can. What am I saying? Yes, Baragon also can do that as well, but Anguirus can do that as well. He can go underground. Boom. There you go. That's where the close combat comes into play. Okay. Now, this is the problem. This is why I think... Yes, I said Shin Godzilla could beat Shin Biollante. There is a very big reason why. I will leave the link in the description below. But for this one, I personally think that Anguirus, or excuse me, Shin Anguirus, has the slight more advantage. Because I did initially give him the lasers on his back, the spines, because that's what the difference between Shin Anguirus and Anguirus. Now, one really cool power that Anguirus has is to get up in a ball and roll towards your opponent, right? Now, saying he has those laser abilities, right? He has those laser abilities. He can roll up into a ball, start shooting lasers, and then roll towards Shin Godzilla, which is gonna cut and destroy Shin right there. Even before he hits him, he's gonna get at least a few lasers exactly on target, and then when he hits him, right? Imagine lasers hitting you and these spikes going inside of your body. So Anguirus is fast, Shin is slow. Excuse me, Shin is slow. We've seen Shin walk. Shin is slow. He's heavy. He's very, very heavy. But this is where the debate comes in. Is Anguirus's spines enough to go through Shin Godzilla's skin? That is a little iffy. I don't know. But let's say it does. If it does, both lasers and the spikes, that will definitely take Shin Godzilla down to the ground. And what now, here's where the twist comes. Where this is the big twist. This is why Anguirus will still win. Now, I'm gonna go back to the Biollante fight because I'm gonna give an example. I said if Biollante comes on top of Shin Godzilla, like imagine Shin Godzilla flat on the ground, head facing up, spines to the ground, and Biollante on his stomach, right? About to bite his head off. Now let's give that same exact scenario, but instead of Biollante on top, it's Shin Anguirus, right? Look facing him, and let's say he has, again, the paws on the neck, facing up, so he can't really like aim with his mouth to Biollante's head, right? So he's facing up on him, has him down. Now, what did I say? I said the tail. The tail has lids, so he can easily swing his tail back, right? But Anguirus' head is big. It's long. I'm not sure if he can reach it all the way to his snout, but he can take it to the back of his head. Back of his head has armor. The back has armor, and for the sake of Shin, let's fully cover his back. Let's say he has full armor on his back, right? He has to be armored. That laser is not gonna get through that armor because that armor is made to fight Shin Godzilla. So that is where the twist comes. There is nothing Shin Godzilla could do Boom. That is the end. Cuts his head off, I don't know, splits his head off, fires breath his head, eats his head, whatever the case may be. So if it were to be that scenario, which would most likely end up with that, that's where the fight would end. But there's another scenario as well, which this would go a little bit towards Shin Godzilla's side. Now, Anguirus does that roly-poly. Is Yuli able to throw Shin Godzilla down, because Shin Godzilla weighs a ton, a lot of weight. So if he's not able to throw him down, but he does get stuck on Shin, so his spikes, he can start shooting those lasers right when he's stuck at him and just like rip his insides out. Anguirus is that. The thing I like about Anguirus is that he's that one type of monster that if you equip him correctly for that fight, this guy could take on anybody. If it were to be regular King Ghidorah and Shin Anguirus, Ghidorah's done. I'm telling you, Ghidorah is a goner. I love Anguirus because Anguirus is not the strongest one, but if you were to equip him, as I said, with the right things, right materials, and right abilities, he is the job for any fight. Potentially even able to harm or take down the king of the monsters himself. Now you could definitely argue with me with that. I definitely accept that there could be, I'm sure there's more scenarios that I'm probably gonna miss, but you guys, I'm very open to your opinions, but as you all know, you can just leave in the comments, we'll debate with each other, and if you come out on top, you come out on top. And there's one more left, which again, this would more likely not be the case, but as we said, that Shin Godzilla does like to recreate what he sees. In the movie, he recreates humanoids because he's seeing people. So he can recreate another form of Anguirus with his genotype. Now, if that were to come out, yeah, we all know that Anguirus is a goner, but it's not enough time. It's not enough time during the fight, as we see, because it takes a very long time. It's at the end of the movie where he starts processing that, so it's going to be a long time to do that. But if we were to say he was able to escape, or something happens and they both of them get separated, and he has the time to process that, then yeah, Shin Godzilla would win that fight. But close combat, boom, 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 close combat, Anguirus is the winner. Far combat, I want to say Shin, because far combat, the armor plate is facing backwards. He's going to get the win. But we're going based off of a full brawl. The winner of this fight is Shin Anguirus. You can definitely argue with that. I actually want you, if you have it, please feel free to argue with that. Tell me, what do you think? Why you think Shin Godzilla would win? I would love to see that. And let me know, what debate do you guys want to see next? Do you like these Shin conversions? You want to see something else? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and everyone, do me a good favor and have a beautiful day. See you all in the next video.